What's up?
Welcome to the first video of March.
March.
We're stuck indoors. I'm just kidding. We're always stuck indoors. So today we are going to talk about how to be an eBay reseller.
Yeah, a lot of people ask, Uber riders ask, they're like, oh, how do you do that? We are definitely the experts on the situation. Not really. We've been doing it for
a year.
A year and 3 months though, and we're getting a lot better.
And we're still learning.
Always. And whenever we learn something new, share it with you.
Yep, and if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments and we will respond.
So, how to be an eBay reseller. What's step number 1?
Step number 1, find things to sell.
Yeah. So depending on how serious you are, you can go out and shop if you want to. I suggest though, you just look around. You just look around your house. There's all sorts of stuff that you probably don't need, don't want. So just look around. Like, man, I have too much stuff. That's great. If it doesn't spark joy, go ahead and put it in a pile. If you think it's gonna give you some money, go put it in a pile. If you haven't used it in like 3 years, go put it in that pile.
If you don't have anything that you don't want to get rid of, like if you're like a minimalist or something, and you don't have that much stuff, you could start with a niche. If you have a lot of knowledge on one kind of thing or 2 kinds of things, I would start with one. Just pick one thing that you like, you kind of know a lot about. You don't have to know everything about it. You can always learn more. If you're more interested in that, go into that. You know, like people go into like just clothes or just makeup or whatever.
Or clay mugs.
Yeah.
Really whatever.
Plates, I wouldn't recommend selling plates because they don't really sell that much anymore.
They can
like
though. They can. If you find like the right plate. That's all that is. It just depends on what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you want to be serious, if you don't want to be serious, if you want to like learn more about certain items, certain categories that you don't know, this is actually, you can use this as an excuse, I would think, you know, because maybe you want to know more about paintings and the centuries and the artists and stuff, but that kind of hobby doesn't really pay. If you got into reselling, it would definitely do that for you. So now that you have all your items in this imaginary pile, your second step is to create an eBay account. It's pretty easy, but this is just the first of a few steps in this little bracket category, because you also need to make a PayPal account. And once you make that PayPal account, you need to immediately link that PayPal account to your eBay account. A lot of people don't really do that, and you don't get paid. That happened to us. We're like, oh, we're set up an eBay account. And we set up an eBay account, and then yes, your item's sold, but they can't pay you, but you still have to ship the item, and now it just makes it weird. So go ahead, go into your account settings. You'll see account settings, payment options, and then your PayPal settings. Click that, put in your PayPal, verify your PayPal, and then you should be good to go.
Yep. Now,
we've said this before in earlier videos. I'm going to say it again because it's really, really important. Keep in mind that PayPal holds your funds until that item is delivered. It is incredibly important.
Not like ship, delivered to their house.
Because shipping items can be really expensive. We've spent, like $50 shipping an item? But we were in a situation, we have though, to Puerto Rico.
The most was like 80 something.
The hell was that? Was it the scooter? No, what was that?
Yeah, it was either the scooter or like that moving picture frame thing.
Yeah, moving picture frame. That was bad. We did not make money on that. It was a bad call. You're going to make bad calls. It's going to happen.
Yeah, a good tip, always weigh your items before you list it.
Yes, that's another step that's coming up soon.
Yeah.
Be prepared. So we have our eBay, we have our PayPal linked. We know that you're probably going to need about, if you're doing light items first, which I definitely recommend, if they're under £1, it's not going to cost you more than $5 to ship it. So just keep that in mind. Maybe that should be something first if you're kind of tight on money. Put like $30 in there, and by the time that item gets delivered and you get the funds back, you should be good to go. You just cycle through that.
Number 3 is to generate a few reviews on your account before you start listing. You're gonna need some things. You're not gonna need like a lot of things. Just probably a scale, some boxes, but like not like the ones that you buy on eBay. You can get USPS boxes for free. We'll link that in the comment.
We will.
I mean, not
in the description.
We'll link that in the description.
Yeah, we've mentioned this before
you
as well.
You need a tape measure.
Yeah, but you can get it like for $1. And the main reason why you want to generate reviews is because there are a lot of scam artists out there on eBay. And so when someone sees that you're selling items but you have 0 reviews, that's a red flag. I'm not saying they're not going to buy from you. They might, but they're more likely to do it if they see like a little bit of reviews on there. And when you buy items, almost 100% of the time, you'll get a positive review. So go out there, find some really cheap items that you might want and
or could use. You could also, like, some people are auctioning things for $1. You can just buy from them. Support other people.
Totally.
You know? You can also resell it.
You can also buy from us. We'll give you a good review. That's good. And you don't need much to do that, like maybe 3 or 2. And then after that, feel free to start selling. You do need a scale, and you do need a tape measure. That's very important. I didn't do that when I first started. I literally was like, I think this is 5 pounds. and it worked, but I always overdid it. So that way I didn't say less than what it was. I would rather just be like, if it felt like 8 pounds, I'd be like, this is 10 pounds. And I paid a lot more than I should have. Mm. And then you want to find a place to list. That's the next step. We'll show you ours in a minute. But you can use, when I first started, I used a sheet. I used a nice colored light blue sheet, and I draped it over my couch. And then I got a little table lamp, and I stuck it right next to it, and I took some pictures. And they sold.
I used the coffee table in my living room.
Yeah.
It's black, just plain black.
Yeah, so
we do recommend white. Use white.
Yes.
Now.
Mainly that's because of Google. Google will actually show your listing in Google search results if they have a white listing. Well, I'm not saying they won't do it, but it's like
white background.
90% they'll pop it up there. Mm. And that's actually, since we've been doing that consistently, more and more of our sales have actually come straight from Google and not from eBay, which is really interesting. Your eBay policy is going to start out with no returns accepted. Highly recommend you change that to returns are accepted before 30 days. Mm. And we do buyer pays for shipping because that scares away a lot of scammers. Some people, they do free shipping. Free returns. And that's really bold and courageous. And their sales actually do go up because of that. We're just not quite ready to do that yet.
Yeah, we don't make like super much.
Exactly. So until we make enough to where we don't care about paying for return shipping, then yeah. Now I'm not saying that we won't pay for return shipping. It's kind of situational. Like if we really messed up, then yeah, we'll pay. We won't make them pay for shipping. We'll pay it.
Of course, or refund them and just keep it.
Yeah, we've totally done that.
Sometimes we just make mistakes.
We had a solar panel, and it was supposed to be new, but it wasn't, and we didn't know that. And so when the guy got it, he was like, "Hey, there's parts missing from this. This looks a little broken." And he's like, "I can show you pictures if I want." He paid like $110 for that, and we just gave him a refund because it was all wrong. And if you're just doing this as a hobby, you don't really have to worry about these things. Just make your little bit of money and be happy.
And make sure your customers are happy.
Yeah, it's important. So you find your space. You've probably taken some pictures, hypothetically, and you've listed your products.
You need to find a place to store them now.
Mm-hmm. So this depends on how many items you're trying to do. If you've only done about 15, you could probably just put them in one little tote, and they're all in a tote. Once you get a little bit more sophisticated, we'll probably make another video about that because it's a little long.
Yeah,
we have a huge process on that. But if you're just doing, this is more for when you're just starting out. We'll make a video in the future. You get there, we'll make another video about it in the future, and then by the time you get caught up, we got you. Cool.
When you want it, if you need it, we'll
yeah, true. Just comment, be like, "Hey, I'm ready." Okay.
You need to find out how you want to schedule this now. Do you want to do it once a week? Do you want to do it twice a week? You can make sure that you have a set time to do it, because if you don't, you're not going to want to do it, or you're going to forget about it, and then that whole dream is gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So make sure you stay consistent with your schedule. Mm-hmm. It's okay if you change it from one day to another. Just make sure you attend to it. But this is just like not even like a long period of time. It could be like an hour. You know, like just make sure that you have that on your schedule.
That you list like 1 hour a week. I mean, and that's just if you're trying to do a hobby. You know, if you're just trying to make a little extra bit of money every month, then yeah, that sounds pretty good. And if you're trying to like find out where to buy these items, Goodwill. 100% Goodwill or thrift stores of any kind, garage sales.
Other thrift stores are better now because Goodwill's more expensive, but
and then
whatever works, whatever's closer to you.
And then we showed
garage
you
sales.
how to tell how you can tell how much items are worth on eBay, checking the sold in comps in previous videos. If you still don't know how to do that, you can literally just message me or her or leave a comment, whichever one is easier for you, and we will help you.
Yeah, like for example, if you have a pair of shoes are pretty easy to find. If you have a certain pair of shoes, like let's say you got some red Vans, they're women's skater shoes, you just type that in and just make sure you go to the little sidebar that has all the extra search components and click sold, and then it'll tell you how much that item has sold for if you find something similar to what you are looking for.
So when you first start out, since you have a low rating, people aren't going to buy it at really what it's worth to be bought. So when you first start out, you might have to let things go at a cheaper price than what you would like to. Another way to kind of avoid some of that is by putting your items up for auction. What I like about auctions, I did that at first because I was really busy. So I would do 7-day auctions, and that way I knew that if anything sold, it would be on a Thursday. And I would have, so when that stuff sells, I can go ahead and be ready for it. It's because if there's bids on it, it's going to sell. So you find out how many bids have been placed, be like, okay, this item's for sure going to sell. Go ahead, take it out of the box. Might even package it up and then get ready to go. Oh, shipping supplies. I want to go back to that real quick because you can get shipping supplies at Dollar General. Liquor stores have boxes all over the place.
Whatever you buy online, save those boxes.
It's so
Amazon
easy.
boxes. You can use Amazon boxes for eBay.
Just
sells.
Go to your local grocery store and just be like, hey, do you guys have any boxes? They'll say yes. Looking for like stuff to like kind of stuff things. Plastic bags. Don't be ashamed of using plastic bags. They work. It's recycling. Good for you. That's what I did. I had like hundreds of plastic bags in this one box. It was it was a TV. I had a flat screen TV and I shipped it. And I used a lot of plastic bags, just wadded up and just stuffed in there. And I used like 5 different Crown Royal boxes, and I taped them all up together, and I got a good rating.
That's good.
Even about the shipping. I was pretty proud. So yeah, and so when you first start out, that's some of the stuff you got to do. You just got to make sure it's safe-ish. If you can drop it and it's still good, then it's good enough.
Don't practice that though, because that doesn't guarantee that like the mailers are gonna drop it. But I mean, they might as well just throw everything that they
really do
work with anyway.
And then repeat. Keep doing this. Do steps 1 through 5, and repeat it over and over and over again. And when you get enough money to buy more things for your business, like actual boxes that didn't come from a liquor store, to tape guns, lights, backdrops, that stuff comes with time. You know, you can make a list like we do, where it's like prioritized by like stuff that we really need to get, to how, depending on how cheap it is. If it's something we can get right now, then we'll get it. If it's something we need to wait a little while, we'll wait. Yeah? Okay, cool. Ready to see the tour?
The tour time.
Alright, so let's get going.
Wait, well, this is the office area where we recorded. We have a bigger TV so Matthew can see because I hog the computer. Yes. There's my chair. This his chair. Well, yeah, he has 3 chairs. That's the second one, and the other one's over there because he was using it over there.
So I don't know. I'm pretty sure y'all remember what it was like in the garage. This is like everything. It looks so much smaller now because we've actually We put all of our like kind of small items, not normal sized items in
They're
here.
like medium-sized items.
All of our big items are in here.
Bigger items. You want to open one up
Sure.
and show them? Just like too big. Yeah,
like
these.
that. I
yeah.
can't put that in anything. I think we have an Asian fan.
Yeah.
There's a
Wall
Mickey
fan.
here.
Yeah.
So, and this is just leftover bins that we haven't processed yet. TVs that do not work.
That he needs to get rid of.
Heavy electronics that do work, and they're selling. This is all of our glassware. As you see, it's labeled AA, and they're all pretty full. I'm pretty proud of how we did this.
When we put it in the custom SKU, I don't think you'll have a custom SKU when you first start out on eBay, but we pay for a subscription of eBay, so we get a custom SKU, so we put that bin number on there. But we used to put it in our description. People didn't really care.
And you can. There's nothing wrong with that. Once you get to this level, you probably do want to put it into a description, and you just put EE. And so I'll know that one of these IKEA Corkin bottles sold. It's right here. Boom, boom. And then we have our books. We have hardcovers, paperbacks, collections, more collections, and really big books. These are all in alphabetical order. These are all of our boxed items. They're not actually in any particular order.
That's
just
these are
because it's really easy to see.
Yeah.
All of our shoes, obviously. These are all the items we have not listed yet. We're working on it. More items we haven't listed yet. Parts to items. VHSs and DVDs.
The parts to items. Parts
Our
to things.
100-year-old
VHSs.
Oh, and this is our listing.
Our
area.
piggy bank.
This is where all the magic happens. Behind the scenes. We sit here and we just
Hate ourselves.
sit here for hours, just taking pictures and stuff. And then we'll list it, we'll have an empty bin right next to us. We'll fill that up, put it over there. Oh, here's our shipping area.
Wait, we forgot one thing.
What did we forget? Oh yeah, the tiny things. I forgot. The small, but beautiful. Yes, so it's 1, 2, E. 4, 5.
E.
Yeah, I put that in backwards. I know, I did. I goofed. On our safe.
But this is where like really small items go. If they go into those other bins over there, it's hard to find.
Too tiny. Like if this NSYNC photo album sold and it was in one of those, it would just take forever to find. So we just put them in these little micro bins.
Yeah.
So it works out pretty well. More items that we have to list.
Yep. Stuff to go through.
So this is all this gets listed in a week. Hypothetically. It's our goal. We're working on it.
Just moved in. Still working out the kinks.
Yeah, as always.
Shipping area is a little messy right now.
It is, but if you remember from the garage, it is so much better. So much better. And we're not quite done organizing it. I do want to do a few more things. I love our bubble wrap.
Giant rolls of bubble wrap. We just got some tables today.
Yep. This is going to be our testing table. So when you get electronics and things and you don't actually know if it works, you really need to test them out. And it's good to have a little space to do it because things can get kind of scary.
Got our mailers.
All of our mailers in there. This is where we package up all of our items. So
This whole, like both of these tables.
Yeah.
This is wrapping up and here are the packages that we need to ship. I can't go too close because they got addresses on them, but you know. And we made a full circle.
Yeah, that's our place. So far. It's going to be cooler later. Keep you updated. Much love.
Why do you sound so sad?
Because I hate seeing them go.